Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke. Yeah, hey, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with king, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transfer to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown. You are the king and apology. You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling.
By song, by song,
To the Daily Swole.
by song, by song. Testing, 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 test, 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 testing, 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 testicles, testing, testing, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1467 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustles, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. What is going on? All you sleaziers, sleazy beaches, you nasty hoes. What's going on, fam? How are we doing? I hope you are doing well today. We got Arnold in the house. Yow. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're enjoying your brand new Nuts on Chin. Now, it just dropped a little while ago, so maybe some of you still haven't yet dipped your sack into the NOC pool, but you got that waiting for you right after. I probably should have been like, give you a little time to go catch that, but you can always maybe go catch that, pop back in here, kind of go back and forth. Anyway, the NOC is there. Make sure you go and give it a view. Go and give it a watch. Go and give it a like. Go and drop a comment. We're going to talk about it today. We got some fresh comments straight off the press, and this NOC is hot. It's hot. It is hot. It is spicy, and it is angry, and it is completely full of bullshit. It is completely full of bullshit. What else is new? What else is new from fat acceptance and this fucking nonsense? Can we get over this shit already? My God, is it fucking ridiculous? So today we're dropping NOC. Let me see here. Let's say we're going to do NOC. I got some special unplugged, an unplugged drop for NOC. Let me see here. What's the... I want to drop this. Hold on. I want to change this text here a little bit. Would you train today? What are you training today? I know it's early for some of you, so what are you smashing? What dost thou smash? And we're talking about NOC today. We're going unplugged. And that's the hashtag for today. NOC will give you an NOC card. Actually, we're not going to do scrolling. So NOC will give you a card, and it will also, what we got here? Where's Tess Hornaday? So all you have to do is drop the hashtag NOC, but you'll get an NOC unplugged card. Now look at that. Look at that sexy beige. It's got a little bit styling. I just felt like going NOC again today because yesterday and today, obviously we've been dropping SAC every day on the Swolenormous channel, but also yesterday was the first drop of the NOC Unplugged inside Swole TV. So I hope that all of you enjoyed today's NOC drop. I hope you enjoyed today's NOC drop, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's Unplugged drop inside Swole TV. How many of you caught the Unplugged? Did you like it? Did you like the style? If you don't know what NOC Unplugged is, it is a brand new show inside Swole TV for members only. And I dropped SAC on my own chin. I dropped SAC on my own chin. That's right. So I went to my highest viewed video of all time, which is on the YouTube channel. And I have a playlist that shows most popular videos. And that happened to be the Madeline Georgetta, the camel toe video from last year. So it was about a year ago. About a year ago? I forget exact. It's about a year. I think it says a year ago on YouTube. So the exact date, whatever, about a year ago. And I watched it live for the first time. So I watch a lot of my content, of course, when it's being edited and about to post it. But I just remember it because I did it. But then I don't watch it again. I don't watch it once it gets posted. And once it gets a lot of views, I move on to the next one. I'm already making the next video. I'm already making on the next thing. And the next thing. We're doing stuff in Swolenormous X. And I'm also going to the bathroom and taking a poop and living my own life and doing different things in my. So it's just out of sight. It just disappears. I've done so much content. I've done so many videos. I've done so many things. It's fun to go back and it's like watching it for the first time. So that's what I did. I watched it for the first time, added a little extra SAC when it was necessary, because sometimes I didn't necessarily put as much SAC as I probably should have. So I went into like a little bit of the extra SAC. I kind of went a little bit deeper. I put a little bit more in, when appropriate, add a little bit more SAC when it was necessary. But it was fun. It was fun. It was a great episode, and there are many more to come. So Nuts on Chin Unplugged Volume 1 is available now inside Swole TV. So if you want to win today's Swole card, drop some Nuts on Chin, NOC, hashtag NOC in the comments. And let me see here. Let's see, new NOC drop. Let's see, brand new. I want to put this here. I want to give you this text on the screen. Brand new SAC drop. SAC drop on YouTube. Brand new SAC drop now available. Let's see. Go check it out. New SAC drop now available. Go check it out. But don't go check it out now. Wait till we're done. Because now that you're here, you get me live. You can watch that at any time. I feel like I told you I wanted to go earlier with the lives. We've been going late lately, but we're going to get back into some more of the earlier casts, which is great. We kind of, I don't know. I dropped some SAC all over the time, all over the clock. I don't care what time it is. We'll drop some SAC. Got the standing desk going today, stretching it out a little bit, feeling good, moving around, moving my hips back and forth. So how many of you caught today's video? A lot of you did. Let's talk a little bit about intermittent fasting. You can drop some hashtag NOC for today's Swole card. Tess Hornaday over on Instagram. She's waiting for you. She was savage as fuck. Little hermaphrodite, a little androgynous thing over here. Who knows? I don't know if she's a female or a male. No one knows. No one knows who or what Tess is, but it's horny as fuck. Get it? It's horny as fuck, and it's savage. Oof. Relentless today. Today's video was on intermittent fasting. So let's jump right into the tip. Without further ado, what are you smashing today? If you didn't catch the NOC, catch it right after this. Let's get you warmed up. Let's get you warmed up with some of this bullshit. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. So today's video, coffee in the beard. You like that? Coffee in the beard. Today's video is about intermittent fasting. So what happened was I was sent by a bunch of you a post. We got some information that people are sharing, and these feminists, these fat acceptance, body positive, intuitive eating, nutrition, promotion people, I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know who runs these accounts. I don't know who these people really are. Who the fuck these people are. They're coming out of the woodwork. It's the same vein. It's the same type of intersectionality, the same type of feminism, the same type of extreme left from a political standpoint, the same type of acceptance, fat acceptance, body positive, plus sized, all this bullshit. The same type of people that are saying that being obese is not an increased risk factor for disease like COVID, and getting sick and having complications. The same people that are in denial that being obese is a bad thing. And this is not to say that if you're obese or overweight, that you're going to get diabetes, that you're going to die. At the same time, it obviously leads you down a dark path. It obviously doesn't make it fucking easier for you. And that's just common sense and fact, by the way, and fact. So this latest post or this latest video is about, someone said that intermittent fasting is a rebranding, okay? Intermittent fasting apparently is a rebranding of eating disorders, so it'll appeal to men more. I'm not making this up. This was posted by some jabroni, and the same woman, Caroline Dooner, that made that book, The Fuck It Diet, that I did a video on like 2 weeks ago, she shared this post. So when you share someone's post and you put it in your feed and you're like, hey, and you're obviously saying the same thing. And then she reiterated that in the caption, which made it even worse because of what she said. And of course they delete comments. They block any. She blocked me. So I didn't see this myself. It was sent to me. So I can't even see her account because she blocked me, because she's a huge pussy. If you block someone, unless they're harassing you, and I'm not harassing her on Instagram. I made a video and I was blocked. I might have been blocked before. I forget in the first video if I was already blocked, but I'm definitely blocked now. And that doesn't really encourage anything, but she obviously deletes comments, and she said in her caption that she can't wait to delete angry posts later, or angry comments later. And the problem is these angry comments are correct comments. These are people that are disagreeing with this fucking nonsense. Intermittent fasting is something that is just an evolutionary thing. You're intermittently fasting at night. You're not eating. Whenever you're not eating, you're fucking fasting. You're not eating. That's all it means, is that you're not eating food. Intermittent fasting is great. It's a survival mechanism. So how many of you do intermittent fasting? How many of you eat in a time-restricted eating window? It's such a basic fucking thing. It's such a basic fucking thing. And most people should be intermittent fasting. Most people do because you sleep, and most people should. And if you're having problems, it's because you're not getting the right nutrients, because you're not setting the right habits. It's a very, very fundamental way to eat. You sleep and you eat with certain times of the day, and that's it. That's it. And that's it. It's not a bad thing. It's a very fundamental way to consume. Most people do some form of intermittent fasting. You're not eating 24 hours a day. You're not eating 24 hours a day. If you're trying to restrict yourself into 4 hours, yeah, you're probably going to have problems. But people that end up binge eating, that have problems from intermittent fasting, it's because of their environment. It's because of habits. And you can't just jump into like a restricted eating window and still keep all your same bad habits. So a lot of people that have problems with it, it's because of all the other habits associated in your day that don't match up. And people try to change things like in one moment. Everyone's trying to go from, hey, I need to eat healthy, I need to lose weight, and they go raw vegan. You go completely 180. So a lot of people have problems with habitual change because they try to do things too drastically. So there are many, many different ways to do it. Skipping breakfast is a fucking intermittent fast. Right? If you're eating during the daylight, it's intermittent fasting. You're not eating at night. You shouldn't be eating late at night anyway. You shouldn't be eating in the middle of the fucking night. You shouldn't be eating all day long. You just eat during daylight hours. That's when you're supposed to be eating. You eat during the day, you're not eating at night, and guess what? The sun's up for a certain amount of time. The sun's down for a certain amount of time. You're fasting when you're not eating. That's it. You're fasting when you're not eating. So I'm having some coffee. I'm having some bulletproof coffee. I'll eat at night. I wouldn't say I necessarily intermittent fast. I do a lot of things like with maybe calories or certain things I'm consuming. I'm not eating sugar maybe until later on in the day or having fruit in the afternoon. But even if I do eat a little bit during the day, it's usually very, very light, maybe some fruit, maybe a couple things, but I don't eat my bulk of my calories until later in the day. I just don't like to think about consuming food. I like thinking about getting shit done. I like focusing on my training. I like focusing on my work. I don't need to be sitting there eating all the time. It takes up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of time thinking, prepping, eating. It works for some people. You might have to change your time frame for nutrition. So you can drop that in the comments below. What do you do? What do you do? What do you like? And it doesn't matter what you like or what you don't like. What matters is that you are eating the right food. You're eating the right quantity, right? That's a product of eating the right food. If you're eating the right foods, you're going to mitigate and you're going to manage your caloric intake much better. And it depends on your goal. It depends on your goal. Now, if you are cutting or managing weight, intermittent fasting is fantastic. If you're trying to bulk aggressively, if you're trying to put on a lot of size, there's a reason why bodybuilders don't do intermittent fasting. Most bodybuilders or people that are trying to build muscle, like gain. There's a reason why most people don't do intermittent fasting. Why? It's because you need to eat a lot of calories. And if you're only eating within 4 hours, it's hard to eat maybe 3,000 or 4,000 calories in 4 hours of healthy quality food. So you split it up. You break it up over more times throughout the day. That's why most bodybuilders, that's a cliche. Oh, I eat every 2 hours, 6 times a day, 7 meals a day. If you're trying to get in 3,000 or 4,000 calories, trust me, you want to do it that way because it's hard to eat that much food. And if you're trying to stuff yourself, you're going to feel sick. And especially if you're eating a lot of bulk in your food, if you're getting a lot of calories and dense calories, try eating a couple thousand calories in a short time period of real food. You're going to feel disgusting and you're going to feel sluggish and bloated. You might have trouble digesting, trouble sleeping, trouble moving. So it depends on what your schedule is and also what your goal is. So let's go into a couple of the comments of today's video. Saffron Smith, I've been doing the OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. I've been doing it for 1 month and I've lost 13 pounds. So I've been walking every morning and I feel great. So yeah. And this person's overweight, so it works for them. Good. Landy Smith, it's worked for me. I feel so much better as a result of intermittent fasting. These people with these claims should try it before bashing it. They don't care. They don't care about trying it first. They care about going against the man. It's the white man, right? It's the white man. The white man's against everyone. The white man is making intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is an eating disorder, apparently, and it's put upon everyone by the man. The man's doing it. That was the biggest bullshit. That was the biggest fucking slap across the face. It's not a man's thing. It's an evolution thing. And women do it too. And not everyone does it. Not everyone needs to do it. But it's a very fundamental, functional thing for the human body to do. You're supposed to intermittent fast. You're supposed to not eat all the fucking time. It's normal. Ich dien. Intermittent fasting helped me lose 40 pounds in 2014. Then I went vegetarian the next year and have kept the weight off to this day. For me, it worked great. Good for you. Good for you. Rachel Lewis. I love fasting. I feel so much more alert. I feel much more alert and I don't even feel hungry before 2 p.m. Intermittent fasting doubled the life of lab rats in tests. So, well, you're not a rat. I'm also sick of people blaming the patriarchy for things like it's a dark room full of fat-suited white men smoking cigars. Yeah, that's... Well, the intermittent fasting, it extends the life of creatures that are smaller, longer. So for larger mammals, like the increases are negligible or not really able to be measured. So for rats, you might see, a significant increase, but for larger mammals like us, you're not going to, in tests, you're not going to be like, wow, the intermittent fast, this person lasted forever. It's not as direct like that. This has to be some of the most erroneous claims I've heard in a while. Preach. Natural hypertrophy, been intermittent fasting ever since I was 12 years old, and I'm doing just fine. It's called, quote, skipping breakfast. Yee. Lady here, don't we all do intermittent fasting? I do without even meaning to. I eat between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. because that's what's convenient for me. G, guess I have an eating disorder. I don't stuff my face with junk. Give me that grass-fed beef, give me veggies, give me home-cooked meals, all of that energy, please. Wes, the way most people do intermittent fasting may be considered an eating disorder just because you don't eat based on the circadian rhythm. One should eat in the morning when the sun is up and stop eating when it's dark. New research shows that the body thrives on eating when the sun's up and letting the body digest the food the other hours of the day. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 7 years now. Eating from 6 a.m. to noon never felt better. Great. One should eat in the morning. That's not true either. So you can't put that out there as if that's a fact. Not everyone should eat first thing in the morning. Bottom line, a time restricted eating window. So I don't disagree. If you like to eat first thing in the morning, that's fine. I personally find that I prefer not to eat first thing in the morning. It slows you down. First thing in the morning, when you're eating, all of a sudden your body will just send all the blood to you want to just, boom, drop a brick in your fucking stomach. So whether you want to graze, whether you want to just have some coffee, wake up, work out, I would highly recommend if you're working out first thing in the morning, don't eat first. Just fucking get up and get to work and get shit going. But as long as you're eating not too late, and as long as you're eating within that, generally that 12-hour window of when you're awake or when you first start eating, you want to eat within a restricted window in general. Give yourself time to digest, give yourself time to repair. But also, if you're eating 24 hours a day, it makes you more likely to overeat if you're struggling with overconsumption. But a lot of you might find much more clarity from having less food in your system. And from an evolutionary standpoint, when you aren't constantly satisfied, you're more alert because you're also, your body knows that it's kind of on edge. It needs to get food. It needs to hunt. It needs to be more focused. Think about an animal. Think about your dog, right? Think about your dog. And it's interesting to think about things like this just because it's critical thinking. And it's not necessarily, okay, this scientific study showed that this in rats or this in mice. That's cool. But think about when your dog eats. Let's say your dog eats a ton of food or your cat eats a big meal. They're going to do what? They're going to lay there and sleep and just and digest. You're more vulnerable. You're more vulnerable when you eat. When you kill, let's say you're in the woods and you hunt and kill and you feast, you're more vulnerable because you're full. The blood's in your digestive system. The blood gets pulled from your muscles. You're not exercising. That's why it's hard to exercise when you're on a full stomach. That's why you feel sick. That's why you want to throw up, because your body is trying to send blood to the muscles and there's blood in the stomach. And your body says, well, we need to exercise because that's fight or flight. That takes priority. Running, climbing, jumping, sending blood to the muscles, that takes priority for your body because that's going to keep you alive. So your body all of a sudden, we need to eject this food because we need to focus on, that food shouldn't be here because we need to focus on the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight. We need to send blood to the muscles. So your body essentially ejects the food. It's like, oh my God, this food shouldn't be here. And you want to throw up, you feel sick, you feel heavy. So if you're eating a big meal, you're more vulnerable in the woods. You're more vulnerable because you're full. Your body isn't in attack mode, in flight mode. Your body's in chill mode. So you're an easier target. And it's just something psychological to think about from an evolutionary standpoint, that if you have less food in your system, your body is more naturally alert. Your body is more naturally able to switch into that fight or flight mechanism for exercise, for escaping, for analytical thought or critical thinking, how to kill the buffalo, how to climb a tree, how to build a shelter. Obviously, we're not in a situation where you might have to build a shelter, but it's a much better situation for most people to not be full all the time. And whether or not you want to eat in the morning or eat in the evening, I still think it applies that you should be eating within a restricted window, and it's intermittent fasting any way you slice it. So whether or not you're eating from 6 to 12 or you're eating from 2 to 8 or 2 to 6, whatever that is, I think that works better for most people. The issue is, or one of the issues that I find with people having problems with intermittent fasting nowadays in 2020 is because if you're not eating all day, what are you exposed to all day? Right? What are you exposed to on a regular basis? What are you exposed to all day? You're exposed to fast food. You're exposed to junk. You're exposed to people that make poor choices. You're around people that always eat junk food. So a lot of people are trying to intermittent fast, but their habits, who they surround themselves with, their community still sucks. Their habits still suck. Their pathway to work or their systems are still out of whack, and their systems are still biased towards that temptation. They're still around a lot of junk food. They're still not creating their optimal environment. And then it's even harder to intermittent fast because if there's a lot of fucking shit around, you have to fight against willpower all the time. And that's very stressful for the body. Gina, the psychological issues of people with eating disorders are very real. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that people have going on in their fucking heads. A lot of people have psychological issues. There are a lot of fucking things that are just fundamentally wrong with how people are raised and how people are pumped full of chemicals since they're born. Even in the womb, humans are just exposed to shit food. Pregnant mothers eating crap. All that's getting into the fucking babe. Ugh. Anyway, but that doesn't mean that everyone has these issues. They are trying to make everyone a victim. They're trying to make it a one size fits all nonsense. To blame the man, to blame the patriarchy, to blame women, to blame anyone as if intermittent fasting is anything but just evolution. As if it's anything but evolution. It's crazy. It's rebranding. I really do, like in the video, intermittent fasting is something that we have to title because we are in a world where it doesn't exist to be hungry. And I say that in the most obviously first world privileged. We live in the United States. We have access to food. I mean, a lot of people in this world, that's a reality every day. They're hungry every day. They struggle for food every fucking day. So that's also a disconnect. So I say that, but I know a lot of people in the world, a lot of people don't have access to food. It's a real thing. A lot of people don't have access to food. But in our society, when we have so much access to food, what's really the problem? It's too much access to food. We don't have a name for not having food all the time. So we call it intermittent fasting, but it's really natural. It's really looking for food. Looking for food. Look for food. That's what the human body does. In the woods, you look for food. You'd hunt for food. You would gather food. But we don't have to gather food. We just go to McDonald's and buy food. We go to the supermarket and buy chips. We go on our phone, hit a couple buttons with our thumb, and get that dopamine kick because we just get an injection of sugar. That's all it is. That's why I think a lot of people had a lot of benefits from the quarantine because you have limited pathways by junk food. Now, I know a lot of people went to grocery stores and stuff and just stripped the shelves of all the junk food, but you're not driving past all these fast food places. You're not maybe going into your workplace and seeing those little stands or the taquito stand, or you're buying fucking garbage shit and candy bars in the lobby or something like that. So you're less tempted. But in a world where there's temptations everywhere, and that's not a cliche thing. If you're in the wild, you don't see just fruit everywhere. It's not Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's not Willy Wonka's fruit factory out there in the jungle. Because even if you have trees with fruit, then you have predators around that because animals eat fruit too, or animals might eat things or off the ground, or you might have little creatures that eat the fruit and then other bigger predators that eat those creatures that would eat you too in the jungle, or that would be poisonous and you're climbing a tree and you get bit by a fucking snake. I mean, there's all these different things in the wild that makes a Willy Wonka's candy, sugar, fruit wonderland not really realistic. Of course, there's different fruit groves and stuff, but now today you have a lot of that that's just unnatural. It's planted by human beings over centuries and millennia. So to find that much concentrated, it's just not, it's not realistic. It's not something you really find often. And if you do, you're doing a lot of work to gather the fruit or to gather the food. You're doing a lot of walking to get there. You're doing a lot of exercise. Now you have all that everywhere. You have all that everywhere. Every single place you turn, Every time you see a candy bar or like a Butterfinger, for example, why do you think a Butterfinger is in a yellow package? The candy, why do you think the Butterfinger is in a yellow package? It's because it's mimicking ripe fruit. Why is it yellow? It's brown. It's a brown stick of shit. It's a brown stick of chemical shit. And it says Butterfinger, and it's in a bright container. It's in a bright package. A bright fucking package. That's all. It's in a bright fucking package. A bright yellow package. Is there any reason for that? Yeah, to attract your attention. So your brain thinks, ooh, ripe fruit. And you eat it, and it's just a brown stick of just sugar. That's all it is. So we have those temptations everywhere. And our bodies know that we're going to get that rush. Our bodies know we're going to get that response. Our bodies know we're going to get that fucking spike. So it encourages us to make that choice. It encourages us to make that decision. Let's see. To be honest, the American fast food lifestyle is disturbing. I'm from Eastern Europe, and nowadays we imagine an American to be an obese slob eating a burger. Well, the average is leaning in that direction. Big time, for sure. Let's see. Erica with an A. At my part-time job at Dairy Queen, we are way busier than normal. I can't have dairy without destroying my stomach, so watching all these large blizzards being sold, yuck. Oof. You know, someone mentioned, hey, Papa, do you think that because of the quarantine, the stay-at-home, that people are going to get healthier? Do you think this is going to improve the health? I think we talked about it yesterday. Someone was asking me. It's like, fuck no, I don't think so. Fuck no, I absolutely do not think anyone's going to get healthier. No one's going to get healthier from the quarantine. No one's going to get healthier from the stay-at-home orders. Get the fuck out of here. People getting healthier. Who's going to get healthier from this shit? Who's going to get healthier? I think the Swole fam got healthier because you start making better choices because you're already trying to make better choices. You're already working on yourself and you're already building those habits in an environment where there's so much temptation. I feel like this is just like preaching. All this temptation. The devil's everywhere, everybody. The devil. The devil. The devil. It's the devil, Bobby Boucher. It's the devil. Butterfingers are for the devil. But that's what it is. You do have that temptation everywhere. You just have that dopamine. You have those drugs. You have that heroin everywhere. You got that cocaine everywhere. That's what it is. It's the same type of thing. It's unnatural. It's hyper concentrated. It's marketed. It's artificially flavored. It's designed by humans, by the corporate, quote unquote, by the corporate fat cats. That's designed by the man. That's designed by the 1% of the 1%. That's designed by the big food companies, and they spend millions of dollars to test these foods to see your response. They test the colors of the packaging to see which ones you're more likely to buy. They test where they put them in the store, where they sell the most. They test the crunch, the salt, the sweet. They test everything. They test your entire pathway. Don't for a second think that things are just arbitrarily in a supermarket. They're not just on the shelf. They're not just on an end cap. They're not just buy one, get one free just because. They're designed. It's all designed. It's all planned. If there's a display right in the front, that's paid for. If it's on an end cap, that's paid for. It's paid for. Have you ever seen in the supermarket, I mean, before it was all fucking nuts, you ever see the people that are walking through with the managers? You see like two people with like a shirt and a tie, and one person's like the manager, and they're walking through the aisles and they're pointing at the things, and they have a clipboard and stuff like that. That's what they do. You have a representative of one food company or one food product, and they're walking through talking about where it can be with the shelves, and they pay different prices to have their products on a different height or a different shelf. They put the candy, all the bright little candies down at the bottom, so kids that are standing by the register will see the candy on the floor. That's why there's candy all the way down to the floor, so kids will see it and grab it. It's all that fucked up shit. It's all planned. It's all designed. If you see something at eye level, it's because it's designed to be at eye level. If you see something on the floor, it's designed and planned to be on the floor. If you see Chips Ahoy with a certain color, it's because that color works best based on their studies. If you see a certain formulation with, oh, they added more sugar or they added more this, it's because they found a better formula that will hopefully sell better. That's the reason. It's all planned. It's not an accident. It's not an accident when you see, let's say, Nilla wafers that are brown. You see them in a yellow container. You see Nutter Butter or Chips Ahoy. It's in a red container. It's a brown fucking cookie. It's a brown fucking cookie. Why is it in a red box? It's a brown fucking cookie. Because everyone loves a nice ripe, orangey red mango. Everyone loves a nice red ripe apple. Oh, it's delicious right off the tree. Well, big difference. Big difference. Joey, people are going out less, and on top of that, only spending money on what they actually need instead of fast food or food that has less nutrients. You'd think so. I don't think that's true. I think people are going out less because they're required to stay at home, and I don't know if they're spending money on what they actually need. After a while, they will. After a while, I mean, that's the problem with a lot of those things with like the stimulus checks. People spent money on dumb shit because people don't know how to save. People have built habits of spending, buying. And a lot of people made poor choices. Remember at the beginning of the quarantine, the stay at home, remember I was raging because everyone was buying junk food? Remember at the very beginning how grass-fed beef and all the fruits and vegetables were stocked completely and those shelves were filled? And then all the chips, all the soda, all the candy, all that shit was fucking gone off the shelves. So eventually, when people don't have money, they can't rebuy food, and that initial rush decreases, eventually people will start going after necessities. But what are they going to buy still? The cheap shit. They're going to still go for that buy one, get one free, that cheap garbage that will perceivably give them instant gratification or get them more for their money. But in reality, they're just getting empty calories and just wasting and pissing money away. This is what I always say. I agree with this, Noemi. Noemi says, I wonder if online grocery shopping will lower the impulsive purchase of junk. One of the major things that I always tell people to do, if you have purchasing issues, if you buy dumb shit in the store, order online. Get it delivered or do curbside pickup. Make objective choices. You're less likely to spend and overspend money too. If you're trying to save money and make better choices, you're less likely to overspend if you buy online because you see everything in your cart, and before you check out, you'll see the price, you'll see the checkout, you'll see everything. You're like, oh no, I want to cut this out. Oh, I really don't need this. Oh, I really don't need that. You're more objective with a list. If you're in the supermarket, you are susceptible to the way the package looks. You're susceptible to the flow of the supermarket and that impulse buy. And that's where these supermarkets capitalize. So if you're able to make those choices online, you're much less likely to overbuy, and you're much less likely, especially for people that go to the supermarket. I used to joke about that. I have really good control because I know what I want and I always get the same thing, but I tend to buy more when I used to go to the gym, and then right across the street is a supermarket. So I would go to the gym, go to the supermarket, grab a couple things, and go back home. So of course, after leg day, I go there and I'm fucking hungry. I wouldn't buy things that were stupid. I would just buy more than I probably needed. I would buy extra because I was thirsty. So I would get an extra couple bags of clementines or something like that. I would get extra fruit. I would just buy more sometimes because I was hungry. And if most people that don't have willpower, that don't have those proper habits in place, they're going to go to the supermarket hungry. That's the worst. That's the worst. Don't go to the supermarket hungry. And if you can order online, do it. It's such a better option. It's a much better choice. Much, much better choice. Avoid now. I am saving a lot at the moment, and my diet, it's the best it's ever been. I've never had more time to prepare my meals and try more recipes. This time is great. Good. And it can be great for a lot of people. It can be great for a lot of people. It depends on what effort you're putting into it. And a lot of people wasted this time. I mean, in your area, how many things are opening back up? I know a lot of areas are kind of like slowly opening back up. There's still restrictions. Most gyms are still closed. Most like hands-on type things, hair salons and stuff like that are still closed because that's obviously as hands-on as it gets. But a lot of things that aren't directly hands-on are opening back up. So how many of you have a little bit more mobility in your area? Sarah, I never go to the store anymore. I always order online and analyze what's in my cart before asking, do I need this before purchasing? I order all my stuff. Or you do curbside. It's the best way to do it because, one, you're more efficient. Because if you're sitting at home and you're looking in your fridge or you make a list, how many times in the past, I know with cell phones and stuff now you have lists, you bring it, but how many times did you used to go to the store and you're like, oh, I forgot to grab this. Oh, I forgot to get this. When you're at home, you can look and be like, oh, I need this. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I need this. Oh, add 2 of those. Oh, I need this. Add 1 of these. Oh, I need that. Add 1. You don't really forget things. You just add it. And then if they deliver it, you just hit fucking send. And even if it's 10, 15, or 20 bucks for them to deliver it, fine. Overall, what that's going to save you, one, it saves you time. If it costs you $10, $15 for delivery, it's saving you an hour of travel time, driving there, walking through, picking it all up. It saves you all the time because it just shows up at your fucking doorstep. It saves you so much time. So you're making that money back because you're saving time. You're saving your health because you're not buying stupid shit. You're reducing your challenge. You're reducing your friction because if you have less fucking shit in your house, you have less need to just summon that willpower to overcome. You have less friction. It's a better move for your health. It's a better move for your health to order food because you don't have all those barriers. When you are buying junk, if you have Chips Ahoy, if you have Oreos, if you have fucking soda in your house, you have to summon that willpower up all the time. Every time you look at it, and you're, oh, I have to resist. Oh, I have to resist. And you're in this constant state of tension. If it doesn't exist in your house, you don't have to worry about that kind of craving. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not there. It's not there. It's one of the stupidest things to do is to have it in your fucking environment. Get it the fuck out. You don't need it. If you don't use it, get it out. If you don't use those shirts and those clothes, get rid of them. If you don't use those foods, get rid of them. If you don't use that couch, get rid of it. If you don't use it, get rid of it. You don't need it. It's taking up space. It's taking up environment, valuable environmental space that you don't need to see. You don't need to fuck your eye holes. More minimalist. Get rid of it. Ditch it. I order online too because I can't deal with humans in a store. Fucking humans are crazy. Humans are the worst. Humans are the worst. Let's get some gorillas for those humans. Humans are the worst. Speaking of NOC, speaking of humans and nuts on chin, hashtag NOC to get access to win. To get that sexy action. Oh, I think. Yeah, a little Tess Hornaday. So hashtag NOC to win the NOC Unplugged. If you're a Swolenormous X member, brand new Nuts on Chin Unplugged is now available. Inside Swole TV, so go check it out. Let's get into a little bit of the Swole fam action. We have a post from Dylan. What up, D-Bone? Dylan says, hey fam, hope you are all doing stellar. Oh, stellar. Been a long time since I posted. Unfortunately, I had to leave X due to moving to 3 different states in less than 8 months. Holy shit. That's a lot of moving and taking a massive pay cut, but I promised myself when I got things figured out, I would be back. Just re-became an unlimited member a couple minutes ago, and I'm back in my home state of Michigan. Good for you. Working a job I freaking love. That's what it's all about. Good for you, bro. I am back in my home state of Michigan working a job I freaking love, and now I got my Swole fam. To say I'm blessed and stoked is an understatement. I admit that the stress of moving all over the dang countryside took its toll on me, so I'm starting things back up with the 90-day dash. P.S. If anyone needs moving tips, I'm a pro at it now. Keep kicking ass and making those gains. Good. I'm a pro at moving. I'm just an expert mover now. I'm an expert mover. You haven't seen the NOC Unplugged yet? Siobhan. Siobhan. Make sure you go and check out the NOC Unplugged. Did you watch it? Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. What do you guys want to see next? What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see next? We have to do a vote. should we vote for the next one? I was thinking I could just pop a new one in, surprise. But I figured it'd be fun to vote. So we have a couple on that post in Swole TV. You need to drop what you want to see next. So go on the YouTube channel. Here's what you can do. Here's what you could do, Swole fam. So after you watch the Nuts on Chin Unplugged, if you go on the YouTube channel, you can find a video which one you want me to do next, and we'll do a vote. I'll start a poll in the private group. I could start a poll in the private group and we can vote for the next one. I think it's cool to vote. I think it'd be cool to vote. I want to put it that way. Yeah, that way you can clamor and everyone can be like, oh, I want to see this one. And then the next one will vote. We'll just make it a thing. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, here's the thing. Make sure I like what we're seeing. I like what we're seeing in the comments. Tears of joy will flow. Yow. 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 Let's see. Madeline, how about the You're Fat video? That's a good one. I actually have to find that one because I don't know if that's on YouTube. I might have shared it on YouTube a while ago. That was on Facebook. I'd have to find it. That started getting deleted by Facebook. Remember I told you that started getting deleted because Facebook started getting butthurt because I was talking about someone's body image. They fucking started deleting that video. Sons of bitches, right? Fucking cocksuckers. That video was so impactful. That blew all this shit up. A lot of you found me. A lot of you found me from the You're Fat video. Let's see. I would love to see some more DWG. Well, when more DWG drops, depending on how I want to do it. I have ideas. I just didn't have a chance to get into anything yet. But that will be, the Drive Mo Gaming Uncensored will be exclusively inside Swole TV. So we might do something where it's like a vote. I think the saltiest, I think the worst offenders, I think the saltier the NOC gets, I think we need to like vote. I think the DWG needs to be like a vote on all the NOCs. It's like once you kind of gather the NOCs, you know, it's like who deserves some rage? All right. Who just has just overloaded themselves with so much salt, so much sodium that it's just like fucking game over. It's just game over. I usually have no idea what's going on until I listen to the Swolecast or the NOC. It's all good. It's all good. I'll keep you up to date. We'll keep you up to date. Or hit up my OnlyFans. The Only Swole. Seems like I'm slacking with the NOC. Come on. Let's see here. Go Power Go Go. What's your opinion on John Meadows' heart attack? I literally just heard about it a little while ago. I mean, I just, someone mentioned it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how people get information that fast. I know it's the internet, but I don't know how many people like, what do you think about John? Like, how do people find out about that and make videos about it so fast? I mean, I guess I do the same thing. People probably look at my, like, where do you find this content? Where does this even pop up? There's just so much information. There's so many things to make videos on. I hope he's all right. I mean, I don't want anyone to fucking die. I think what is going to happen is the speculation immediately is going to be, oh, because he's taking steroids, he's taken all the stuff all his life. And, you know, the thing with a heart attack is it's hard to say because anabolics can definitely exacerbate risk of a heart attack. However, heart disease and heart attacks and stuff is one of those, is like, if not the top issue that is like genetic. So like if you have a family history of heart disease. That's why a doctor will always ask you like, oh, you have any family history of heart disease? That's so like directly linked to like genetics. So if your family, your father, your direct relatives and ancestors had heart issues, those are very commonly inherited. So it depends. I mean, I'm not his doctor. I don't know exactly what happened, but I hope he's all right. From everything that I've seen, from everything that I know about him, he seems like a chill dude. Seems like a good guy. I mean, from all that, just because someone takes sauce doesn't make them a dick, and doesn't make them any. I mean, obviously, it increases risk. Why wouldn't it? You know, you start throwing more things into the pen. You start throwing more things into the ring, more factors. So there's a lot of factors when it comes to that. There's a lot of factors. I think a lot of this stuff over time, I really do think that a lot of these things over time, these issues are going to be more and more linked to food. I just don't think we have the technology. I don't think we have the knowledge. I don't think we have the social acceptance of how important real food is. And I'm not saying this isn't about his heart attack. I'm just kind of going back to like our original talking points with food quality. I have a feeling that so much stuff when it comes to Alzheimer's, so much stuff when it comes to diabetes. Obviously, we know, hey, if you're obese, you're more at risk. Diabetes or Alzheimer's is commonly referred to as type 3 diabetes now. But I think food quality is going to become more and more on the forefront. It's just not glamorous because people are addicted to food. So everyone's trying to protect their cheat meals. Everyone's trying to protect their garbage. No one wants to think about not being able to fuck their faces with whatever crap that they want. People are so protective of their drugs, just like kids are protective over their toys. People don't want to give up their toys. People don't want to give up their candy. People don't want to give up their tasty tasties. But I really do think that over time, it's going to become more and more apparent because we can't really do nutritional studies that well. We can't because there's so many variables in a person's life. What the person's eating, what style of eating they're doing, how often did they eat crap, where were they living, what were their other lifestyle habits. There's so many factors and variables in someone's life that you can't really just attribute it, oh, that's because he ate pizza once a week, or that's because she had cookies a couple times a month. It's not that cut and dry, but when cancer is just fucking rampant, and most cancers are environmental, and when you have things like heart disease and diabetes, a lot of these things that we deal with as a society are preventable. Most cancers are preventable, most likely. Now if you're born with it, but if you're trashing your body your entire life, that can probably, environmental factors, pollution, stress, food, exercise, all these things can lead to those preventable diseases, diabetes or Alzheimer's. A lot of these things can very likely be mitigated and if not eliminated with science and with proper exercise and dietary things, but we're fighting against these things. We don't live in a vacuum. We don't live in a bubble. We don't live in this perfect system. And even if a couple people can pull this off, the majority doesn't. So we keep on sliding and sliding and sliding down and sliding into the darkness. We keep on sliding away. We keep on losing ground. And unfortunately, I really do believe that this quarantine could have been the best thing for the country's health. Could have been the best thing. Could have been the absolute best thing that happened to anyone. And what's happened? People are just sitting around fucking doing nothing. More and more people are losing their jobs. People have less money. People have less access to quality food. People are doing less. They're getting more depressed, having more fucking problems. This whole shit is just exposing our fucking problems. It's exposing all the mental disorders. And it's not just social media. It's the food. You combine social media and people's poor habits because social media creates tons of bad habits if you're not aware of it. And most people they're not aware. Most people don't have willpower. Most people don't have that kind of awareness and mindfulness. Most people don't exercise and eat well and meditate. Most people don't manage their fucking time properly when it comes to social media. Most people don't surround themselves with good people. Most people don't eat healthy. Most people don't exercise. Most people don't do yoga. Most people don't sleep well. Most people don't drink enough water. Most people do drink too much soda and shit. Think about all the things that we talk about every day with the 7 pillars and think about what everyone does. Most people do the exact fucking opposite. Most people do the exact fucking opposite of the 7 pillars. Most people do the exact opposite. Most people do the opposite. Why? Because it's easier. Because it's already a habit. Because it's everywhere. Because it's ubiquitous. Sola, what up? Hi, everyone. What's up? What up, H? I joined the Swole fam a month ago and then signed up for the Yoga Unlimited. Loving it, by the way. Thank you. I found Papa Swole's YouTube videos through Every Damn Day Fitness, and I was very inspired and intrigued by their blunt realism and no bullshit attitudes, which is what keeps me watching these videos to this very day. Now, a little about me. My name is Sola, and I'm from Toronto, Canada. Growing up, I've always been an active person. I absolutely hate being still, so I often ran and did horseback riding since horses are a huge part of my life. In terms of food and nutrition, I was never the greatest in quality, but it wasn't terrible. Yo, hold on a second. I'll zoom out. I'll zoom in on this shit too so you guys can see it better. Eventually, once I started getting serious and doing competitive sport, I had to get really serious about my nutrition. I was an elite athlete for about 5 years and was even planning on starting my journey to the Olympics. However, that was cut short due to 2 injuries in a span of 2 years. Even before that, I was dealing with a lot of pressure in my sport and my personal life. It made me almost hate being active. I made poor decisions with food and developed a minor emotional/binging disorder because I felt like I was being pushed too hard, and I thought rest was considered laziness. I also had to really choose between my sport and doing well in school. After the injuries, I decided to just quit my sport, go to college, and pursue a career in fitness and wellness. Unfortunately, the stress of school and being in a toxic relationship brought back my eating disorder. I ate so much shit in college, stopped being active because I didn't see it as a priority. After I finished school, I decided that I really need to get back on track because I gained a bit of weight, so I stopped making stupid excuses and started making better eating decisions, worked out almost every day, and lost 10 pounds. Now I'm a certified personal trainer. I've eaten way better and mindfully than I've ever eaten before in my life. I started meditation before bed every night and it's helped me so much. My training is very consistent. My mobility is good, but I'm looking to improve more. That's why I joined the Swole fam. Sorry if this was a lengthy post. I understand if you didn't read the whole thing, but I did. Thank you for listening. I hope everyone is staying safe, healthy, and active. So welcome to the Swole fam. And I think these posts are always great. And even the lengthy ones, because you get a little backstory, you learn a little bit more context. Oh, I see myself in this person. Oh, that sounds like my journey. Oh, that's kind of like my mindset when it comes to these things. So it's great. Good for you. Good for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see why people get mad at you at times. They don't like hearing the truth. Yeah, fuck those people. If they don't like listening to it, I know I give everyone, look, there's plenty of opportunities to not listen to my shit. There's plenty of opportunities to not listen. Plenty of opportunities. You don't have to listen to my shit. You don't have to. You don't have to listen to me. That's why I always say, you don't like the nuts on chin, then don't listen. Don't listen. You don't haze to. You don't haze to. You don't haze. I'm just trying to skip through. Let's see. Oh. Emily, yesterday was really good. I was incredibly productive in the morning. I got in meditation, 2 yoga sessions, some Swole in 7, and made a bangin' dinner. Then I ruined it all by getting super faded and eating some dirty, dirty dicks. And you know what? I woke up feeling like a spanked ass. Put shit in, get shit out, lesson relearned. I guess that's another thing to eliminate from my diet. Woke up like a spanked ass. A spanked booty. Spanked ass. Good shit. Well, not good shit, but good shit that you don't feel like spanked ass anymore. You learn your lesson. Lesson learned. And day 7. Day 7 of yoga, doing it every night, and I could barely do 15 minutes. My sessions range from 45 minutes to an hour. I'm in pain through my lower back, hip, knee, upper back, between the shoulder blades, and a little in my triceps and arms and forearms. I tried more stretches than anything, and it helped a little, but I'm still in pain. I just had to stop. I've been keeping my protein high, my hydration good. I believe I've been eating enough, and my sleep's been about the same, maybe mildly better. Am I doing something wrong? Does my body just need a full recovery day? I've had more energy and focus. Am I maybe overdoing it on my everyday activities? Too much caffeine? Someone please throw ideas out there because I'm more concerned than anything. So day 7 of doing yoga, doing it every night, and I could barely do 15 minutes. I'm in pain through my lower back. You're probably just doing way too much. You started doing way too much yoga too soon. I've said this many times. Yoga is a new stress. You shouldn't be. That's why all the programs don't have yoga every day. It also depends on what type of yoga you're doing. So depends on what's going on. You're probably, maybe it's not the right time of day for you to do it. Maybe you strained something, you overdid it earlier in the week and you never really got a chance to recover, yoga is fantastic and extremely, extremely, extremely restorative. However, if you just jump into doing yoga and you haven't before and you start doing it every day, you can definitely fatigue. You're definitely going to fatigue and get sore and break down muscle tissue, small little stabilizer muscles that can definitely do too much. So you probably absolutely do need a full recovery day. I don't do yoga every day. I don't do an hour of yoga every day. So I would definitely recommend that you recover. That's why it's pillar number 4. Recovery is important. So if you went from, sounds like 0 to doing day 7 of yoga every night, just because it says yoga and it's not lifting weights doesn't mean it's not going to beat you up, especially if it's a new stress. So make sure you manage your recovery properly. I would definitely take some time off for sure. Just my thoughts. Everyone else. All right. I'm seeing the comments pop back up. So everyone else, can you drop some thoughts below on what your thoughts are on the yoga? But that's my take on it. I wouldn't just go right into doing 7 days a week of yoga. And again, that's why in Swolenormous X, that's why even the programs, I don't have yoga every single day. Yoga is something that you can do if you need a little bit extra focus, but doing a new type of training every day, even if it's yoga and body weight. Imagine just doing pull-ups every day out of nowhere and just crushing yourself with pull-ups. You'd be fucking wrecked. You'd be wrecked. I remember the first time I started doing yoga, I tweaked something. I think I tweaked something. I don't know if it was my quadratus lumborum or it was like my serratus posterior inferior. It was something when I first started practicing yoga years ago. And it was just a deep muscle because I just started twisting and bending and stuff in new ways when you practice yoga. And I tweaked something and it hurt, but it was deep. It was one of those muscles you don't really hit when you're doing lifting weights and stuff. You're also twisting in different directions. It's very humbling. Annika, I hope I don't sound insane. You're insane, gold member. So you might notice I'm a recovering insomniac. I do value my sleep. It's been a challenge to get up to the 6 hours due to bad habits created as a teenager when I used to survive on 2 to 3 hours max. My problem is I also hate realistic dreams and nightmares. I'm pretty wiped out as after accountability, I went to nap only to have 4 terrifying episodes in 3-ish hours of sleep. Holy shit. When I sleep, I come out at the end of the sleep cycle. If my nightmares happens in the wrong part, I can wake up but fall unconscious within seconds. It doesn't help when it's so realistic you don't realize until it's over the subtle details that were clues it was a nightmare. My question for the group is, have any of you found foods that trigger nightmares for you, or certain bad meditation practices that make this happen for you? Yep, I sound crazy, but I originally became a night owl at school due to nightmares. For me, they were weekly, so tracking them, I found they occurred between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., so I simply stayed up. Hope this doesn't seem too insane. I just don't know if it was dinner, meditation, or my brain being my brain. Trying to be proactive because dreams suck when you are trapped in them and realistic enough to cause pain. Help. Well, definitely foods can do that for sure. A lot of people have reported, and I've personally had, I never really remember dreams. If I have bad dreams, I never really remember that, but I do know that sometimes, like if I have a food, like sometimes that happens with like vegetables or certain things I'll eat, and I'll just like, you're sweating all night or you have something. It's like a reaction, but you can definitely have poor sleep. You can definitely have nightmares. You can definitely have vivid dreams if you have by certain foods. I'm not saying it's caused by food in your case, but I know a lot of people that have said that. And I know personally, I've had a lot of sleep things when I was doing my elimination and things that would trigger restless sleep, or maybe I'd wake up and you had a shitty dream or you had a vivid dream or something that wasn't good, but I just didn't really remember it. So I've definitely had that before. So let's see what everyone else says. Let's see. Just going back to Karen Wade, I feel like yoga is more intense and challenging than people realize. For sure. Let's see. Phil, yeah, carbs and wheat fucks with my sleep. Rudy Kreutz, look into lucid dreaming. When you get it, you can take control of the dream. Interesting. Cat9K on Twitch. Kiwi, really bad nightmares when I eat them in the evening. Really? And nightmares are fun. Just fuck up those monsters. Well, depends on if there's monsters. People aren't just like, there's a monster under my bed. Could be something really violent. Birdie, birdie, birdie. I feel this. I'm a horribly visual dreamer. I'm sure it correlates with my depression. I suggest binaural beats. That could be something good. Some audio. Maybe some frequencies, that kind of stuff. It could be something where you get one of those monitors. You get one of those bracelets or rings and stuff. Those little sleep monitors at night. Maybe track some things. Maybe it could be beneficial to journal, to keep more detailed food diaries and food logs. It's hard to say based on just what you said. But when you say, like, could it be something that I eat? Well, it would be awesome to know what you're eating, because it definitely could be. It could be something that you're eating, Annika. So it's something that you should probably track much more closely. That way you know what works best. Or, hey, when I do this, I notice it's worse. You know, maybe journaling at night or taking track of the day. And then first thing in the morning, you know, you're tracking your normal stuff, like what happened, what time, or these details. And you can find correlations perhaps. Let's see here. Taylor, you should see a sleep specialist. Nutrition can definitely play a role, but only a sleep specialist can help the best. Maybe you have a sleep disorder that you don't know about. Agreed. Agreed. And no one here is claiming, especially myself, not claiming to be a sleep expert or any of that nature. And I don't think you were, Annika, but these are definitely some good options, good feedback from people. Definitely good insights into what might be a good pathway out of it. Brennan, I use music at night to control my nightmares. Interesting. Diana, if I have a drink of alcohol, I have very vivid dreams. Stephanie, high sugar content or carbs give me shit sleep. Yolanda, meditation has helped with my sleep paralysis. Patrick, Annika, are you eating before bed? Getting enough water during the day? I find that if I don't have water before bed, I have terrible dreams. Mogit, I've been in a similar situation. Try putting more space between dinner and bed. Avoid sugar before bed to help the mind from racing. Meditate. Those helped me. Stephanie, listening to Brain Gains when I go to sleep has helped me immensely. Aaron, if I don't meditate, I will get some wacky dreams. Interesting. Avoid screen time before bed. Good strategy. Chamomile tea before bed helps me too. Michelle, could be your thoughts and worries throughout the day. Our brain sorts through memories and stresses when we sleep. Yoga and meditation may help bad dreams. Just work on happiness and your goals. Yee, I've been trying to reduce screen time before bed by reading a book instead of staring at my phone until last moment. So, Annika, first thing, the fam's got your back. I'm glad you posted, and I'm glad you shared this, because we don't talk enough about these types of things. And whenever it comes to sleep, it's not just the length of time for sleep, it's the quality of the sleep. So it doesn't matter if you go to sleep at 10 and you're getting up at 8, if you're restless all night and you're fucking having disastrous sleep patterns. So this is something that's definitely going to have to be something habitual that gets rebuilt. Depends on what the triggers are. It's a sleep specialist can be excellent, but I would definitely look into some of the things that some of the members have been saying here. And for those of you that are watching right now and that have commented, if you have not yet commented on her post, this is actually in the private group. So after this episode, we're going to be logging off here in just a few. Make sure you go over to that post, to Annika's post, and drop a comment there. That way she definitely sees it if she doesn't catch today's episode. These are things that, you know, little habits that you can build, being more aware, journaling before bed, in the morning, making sure you're not eating right before bed. These are all things that you can track. And then it doesn't mean that you're just going to get better. In addition to seeing a sleep specialist and all those other recommendations, you know, a professional is always the best idea. But make sure that you are being more intent on tracking this. Don't stress yourself out but try these different habits and try these different approaches and see if there are triggers or if there are patterns based on what you're seeing as a result. Because there's a lot of stuff here you're mentioning. Could it be food? I would love to learn more about your situation and what you're eating. Because who knows? Maybe someone else, you never know. Not that it's a very simple fix, but so often in the Swole fam, you have someone say like, hey, does anyone ever have this issue? And someone's like, yeah, whenever I eat this, it happens to me. And then someone else and that other person cuts out that one food and like, oh my God, I never thought that. You can see a lot of similarities in other people. So it could really be something that, it could be something that could be from, for example, nightshades. A lot of people have issues with dreaming and stuff from nightshades, like eggplant or tomatoes, red pepper, like bell peppers. Those are nightshades. And a lot of people have issues with nightshades. I say a small percentage, but a lot of people can have vivid dreams and nightmares and stuff from things like that. So it depends. It depends. And I always talk about food. I always come back to the food. But when you think about it, whatever you're putting in your mouth, of course, there's only so many different ways to receive senses. You have taste, you have smell, you have sound. So how do you manage your perception? You have to manage what goes into your eye holes. You have to manage, this is environment. What's going into your eye holes? What's going into your ear holes? What's going into your mouth hole? You see what I'm saying? So there's only so many different ways that your body is perceiving things. So if you can manage the mind with brain gains, you can really lock things down. You manage what's going into your mouth. You're eating good fuel. You're isolating certain things that work best for you, certain things that don't work out well to you. And then when you're just consuming shit, you're just not eating just fucking chemical nonsense in your ears, whether it's binaural beats, whether it's some kind of meditation, some frequency meditation, some just, droning sounds. Those are great things that can really help you zone out. You can find a real good pattern that can maybe mitigate or neutralize some of these other stresses in your life that might be causing that. All right, beaches. Oh, Kitty. They want you, Kitty. They want you, Kitty, not you. No, they're not talking about you. They're not talking about you. Are they talking about you? Hey, baby girl. Hey, mama. You sexy girl.
You're such a hoe. Use a hoe. Hoe. Use a hoe. Use a hoe. I said that use a hoe. Hoe. Use a hoe. Oh, she wants a belly rub. She wants a belly rub. You want a belly rub? You want a belly rub, mama? Let me rub your belly. All right.
All right, I got to rub her belly for a second. I got to rub that belly. Hold on, you ready? Dum, 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 dum. Rub that belly rub. Hold on, I'll give you some belly rub music. Belly rub and... Hold on. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh.
Ooh, you gotta pee. You gotta pee. Say hi. Yeah.
You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Oh, she's pissed. She's pissed. She's pissed. She wants mo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me some mo. I'll zoom out so we get a little bit of both. There we go. There we go. Everyone loves some good combination. I know. She's such a cutie. She's such a cutie. Such a cutie patootie. Such a cutie. Okay. What a little beach. What a sexy beach. Gotta burp. What a sexy boosh. Okay. Good morning, everyone. All right. Make sure you go check out that today's NOC. Let's drop this fucking sack. Here we go. Who wants to? Oh, let's get a kitty break. We need a kitty break. We need a water break. We need a water break. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. I know. Let's go, kitty. I know. Here we go. Let's get this water break going. Everyone get your water. Cheers, everyone. Hold on, let me just finish this coffee. So a reminder, brand new Swolenormous Procast, episode 5 is available in Swole TV, and also a brand new Nuts on Chin Unplugged. Oh, and you beaches, make sure right after this, you go watch that NOC, you go watch it on the main channel, but also make sure you go into Swole TV, and on that video, on the Nuts on Chin Unplugged, you got to drop your next request. What do you want to see next? And we'll do the poll. I'll launch the poll today in the private group, okay? I'll start a poll for which one you want to see next. All right? So make sure you go and drop some comments. Remember, in Swole TV, you can't smash the like button, but what you can do is drop a comment. So drop a fucking comment. You heard? Drop a fucking comment. All right, Kitty, let's go. Come on. Today. Yes. Yes, no one cares about your fucking problems. Jesus Christ. You puss. You puss. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Dance time. There you go. Kitty. Very nice. Yeah. Bitch. Oh, that was good. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. Mama, did you like it? Oh, that was a good one. You don't care. You just want belly rubs. You're so selfish. You're so selfish. More rubs after the show. More rubs after the show. I ain't got time for this shit. I gotta do the podcast, bruh. I gotta do the podcast. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. I can't do this at the same time. You're so cute. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. You want rubs. I know. I'm aware. It's like the neediest fucking thing. Christ. Look at her. What a life. What a life. Oh my God. Now I'm full. I'm so satisfied. All right, let's give away this fucking Swole card. You guys want some of that shit? You like that shit? NOC Unplugged. There's some Tess Hornaday. If you're not following her on Instagram, do it, Beesh. Instagram at Tess Hornaday. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's give away the Swole card, everyone. Swole card. Who's got the Swole card today? Hey, Tess Hornaday to the main stage. Tess Hornaday to the main stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your Washingtons ready. Dollar bills, y'all. The buzzer. We're going again. Round 2. Okay. Awkward. I swear to God, that never happens. Here we go. NOC. Hashtag NOC. Looking for a hashtag. Can I buy a hashtag? Please. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. May I have another? May I have a hashtag, please? May I have one, please? Someone drop an NOC hashtag. Does anyone drop an NOC hashtag? Taylor Whitaker. Congratulations. Yeah, boosh. Congratulations, you boosh. Welcome to the Swole Card Show. Everyone say congratulations, Taylor. Congratulations, it's your day. Congratulations. Bullshit? Uh-oh. You said bullshit. Be nice. I'll take this fucking card away. I'll turn this car around. I swear to God, I'll turn this car around right now. We'll go right home. We will go home. I will turn this car around. I will turn this car around. Has anyone in the history of turning cars around, has anyone in history ever turned a car around? I feel like it's like the ultimate empty threat. It's like, oh, come on, Dad. We're 300 miles into the trip. You're not going to turn around. Shut up. Shut up. All right, so so Taylor, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. In the subject, Swole Card 1467. In the body of the email, your mailing address. So we can send you the Swole Card. So congratulations. Congratulations. Your dad did all the time. Your dad actually did turn around. Your dad actually turned the car around. Talking like that is how you get the car turned around. It's happened for sure, not that long in. I have. Hell yeah, my dad did all the time. Threatened or actually did it? Yes, my mom did 4 hours into an 8-hour drive. LOL. Damn, that's savage. That's savage. Oh, I did. Those kids never complained again. Well, you know what the thing is? You know what the thing is? That's a good thing to do. Like, you actually call their bluff. You do it the first time. If you do it the first time, like, I will turn the car around. All right, fine. Holy shit. Like, if you always say that you will and you never do, it's an empty threat and the kids aren't going to fucking stop. Think about it. Think of how you train. Think of properly training an animal. Right? Think about it. Think about it, right? Think about it. If you do it the first time, the kids know you're legit. You're like, oh shit, he fucking will. He did it. He did it. It's proof. Hey, where you going? Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Come here. Come here. Where do you think you're going? What's up? Where you going? Where you going? You trying to escape? Whenever I start swearing, she gets scared. She gets scared. Don't you? Don't you, baby girl? Ooh, she smells good. She just got a bath. Oh, she just got a bath. You just got a bath. You were a stinky girl yesterday. Just treat her like a fucking cat. Just throw her. Oh, you messed up Tess Hornaday. What'd you do? Huh? What'd you do? What'd you do? What happened to Tess? What'd you do? What'd you do? You knocked her over. You knocked her over. She hates this fucking... because it took her spot. Oh, yeah? Was that you? Did you do that? Did you do this? Was that you? Did you do this? Did you knock this over? I'll turn this podcast around. I will turn this podcast around. We will do this podcast from the beginning. All over. We'll start from scratch. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? I will turn this podcast around. I swear to God. I swear to God, I will turn this podcast around. All right, well, congratulations. Who the hell won? Taylor, right? Taylor? Congratulations, Taylor. So congratulations. Everyone say congratulations, Taylor. You kind of did in the comments. Say congratulations. Be nice. Be nice. Oh, you fucking babies. Come on.
Stop whining.
Don't be a baby. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. And yes, go watch today's Nuts on Chin. Go check out today's video. And if you look at you sitting on... You better not be pooping on her. What are you doing? I don't even know what's going on here. I don't even know what's going on here. Anyway, go check it out. Go check out today's NOC. And a reminder, go check out today's NOC the NOC Unplugged inside Swole TV. Go drop a comment. We'll do a poll today on what you want to see unplugged next. And we got some new procasts coming. We got a lot of great stuff coming this week. So make sure you go and drop a comment on the Nuts on Chin Unplugged inside Swole TV. What do you want to see next? We'll do and also make sure you go and check out today's video. Lots of new drops, lots of good juice. And I'll see everyone tomorrow for episode 1468 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. And yeah, listen to Taylor. Make sure I appreciate it. Actually, two things before we go. Two things I just remembered, and I'll mention this again tomorrow in case you don't listen to this. But smash the like button. When you come into the podcast, especially on YouTube, just smash the like button because it definitely helps. It helps promote this to people that are actually subscribed. So hit the thumbs up button. And also, for those of you that enjoy the podcast, if you listen on Apple Podcast, please, if you have a couple moments, leave a review. I would love to get some more feedback. So if you enjoy the podcast, even if you enjoy watching, definitely, it would be super awesome if you left a review on iTunes. That would be excellent, because then it would be suggested to more people. And although we say the naughty words and we have our own flow, it's a very unique community here. The Swole Fam is Swole Fam's not for everyone, but it should be, shouldn't it? So definitely leave a review on iTunes if you can, if you enjoy the podcast. It makes a big difference. And hit that like button. I'll see you all tomorrow for 1468. Fam, I love you. Go enjoy your NOC. Go enjoy your NOC Unplugged, and drop that request of what you want to see me go unplugged on next inside Swole TV for members. And we'll do that poll today. And I'll see you real soon for 1468 tomorrow. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stocks crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like,
Then y'all found that young